gentlemen, Glory Kickboxing returns to the beautiful city, the windy city of Chicago for Glory 44. Today we're coming to you live from the Grunt Style headquarters in Carroll Stream, Illinois. Grunt Style, the largest military and patriotic lifestyle apparel company in the country, owned and operated by veterans who aim to instill pride and patriotism into every person in the nation. Pride in self, pride in country, and pride in military. Grunt Style, this will defend. We're glad you're here for the official weigh-in of Glory 44 Chicago, and what a night we've got coming up tomorrow night at the Sears Center here in Chicago, Illinois. The Super Fight Series, of course, coming your way first, which will include 5 rounds for the Super Bantamweight Championship of the World in the first defense by our champion, Tiffani Vance Oost. Then it's all welterweights for Glory 44, beginning with a 4-man welterweight contender tournament. And, of course, 5 rounds for the welterweight championship of the world. It's going to be a great night of kickboxing here in Chicago. Before we get to the weigh-ins, though, I want to bring up our play-by-play voice of Glory, Mr. Todd Grisham.
Thank you. Before we get too deep into Glory 44, I'm sure many of you are aware we held a huge press conference over in China to announce we'll be headed to that country October 14th. It was a massive success, and just to show you how excited everyone is about that press conference, it's been viewed over 1.5 million times on YouTube. So can't wait to head there on October 14th. The headline fight will be Rico Verhoeven versus Bigfoot Silva. Also, this card will be airing live on UFC Fight Pass, the Super Fight Series first on Friday, and then live on ESPN3 will be Glory 44. It will also air on tape delay next Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So really excited about that. Also want to announce one of our bigger signings in quite some time. If he could come to the stage right now. 19-fight UFC veteran. He's still in the prime of his career. Give it up for Chris Camozzi, everybody. Chris, just your thoughts on joining the premier kickboxing organization in the world.
Man, I'm excited for a new chapter in my career and trading in the small gloves for the little bit bigger ones, and I'm excited to get in the ring.
Have you been told when and where your first fight will be?
Yeah, I just been told December 1st at Madison Square Garden in New York.
Not a bad place to start.
Yeah, definitely. It's been on my list of places to fight forever, so it's going to be awesome to make my debut there.
All right, we'll see him December 1st, Madison Square Garden. Chris Camozzi, everybody. And now please welcome a man just as talented and even more attractive, the CEO of Glory, John Franklin, everybody.
I'm not sure who you're talking about there, Todd. Thank you very much. We wanted to give a quick thanks to Grunt Style. They've been with us all year, and now we're finally with them. We started in Chicago, and now we're here in Chicago in the warehouse, and it's pretty cool. This is a great place to do a weigh-in like this. A special shout-out to Dan Alaric, the founder and CEO. Dan, thank you for the support, and we look forward to being with you for a long time. Back to you, Todd.
All right, I'll take it from here. And thank you again to Grunt Style for having us and all of their employees for allowing us to invade their space for a couple of minutes here anyway as we get our official weigh-ins taken care of. Want to bring up our Glory girls to help improve the view from that side. First of all, Alyssa, followed, of course, by Jamie, also here with us, our Glory girls. Welcome back up to the stage, our Chief Executive Officer, John Franklin, who is here with me, and Robbie Timmers from our talent operations, who comes all the way from Thailand to be with us today. He'll help us to oversee. You heard us Todd talk about a moment ago, our press conference in Guangzhou, China. What a great time we had there just a week ago, and some of our representation from Glory China are here with us, and we welcome them to the United States and to Chicago. All right, the Super Fight Series gets underway with the featherweights, so let's get to it. Stepping up to the scales first, it'll be Adrian Maxim and Victor Leo Pinto. We'll get Maxim up onto the scales first. Maximum actually fighting out of Romania by way of the United Kingdom. He'll bring with him a record of 28 wins and 8 losses, 17 of those 28 wins by knockout. He is a former champion, now making his Glory debut, participated in our Road to Glory tournament in the UK. 142.5 for Maxim. His opponent will be making his second Glory start. Fighting out of France, but he too comes to Chicago from Bangkok, Thailand. Leo Pinto, 73-27 with 23 career knockouts, made his debut in Los Angeles at Glory 37. 142.5 as well for Pinto. Maxim and Pinto get the night started with a super fight series tomorrow night, Sears Center, Chicago. Next in the Super Fight Series, we turn our attention to the lightweight division. Nate Richardson taking on Rafal Dudick. Let's get Nate, the natural, up here, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, 10-2 on his career. 5 knockouts on a 5-fight winning streak, including a huge win over the current WAKO world champion. 154 even for Richardson. Dudek now fighting out of Nowy Sącz, Poland, 21-12, but 9 of those wins coming by knockout. He was actually with us at Madison Square Garden in New York for Glory 43, a Polish amateur and professional national champion. 154 even for Rafal Dudek. The lightweights, the second bout of the evening in the Glory Super Fight Series, again airing live on UFC Fight Pass. Then it's the middleweights, Robert Thomas and Warren Thompson. People ask me about all the great fights on this card. This one I said, you're not going to want to miss. Robert Thomas comes in from Ontario, Canada, ranked number 8 right now in the Glory World rankings. Warren comes in ranked number 7 out of Atlanta, Georgia, but we'll get Rob up onto the scales first. He goes by the nickname of the White Dragon, 8-5 in a young career with 5 of those 8 wins coming by knockout. He participated in our contender tournament in Denver at Glory 34 and was a 2013 Thai Boxing Association of America champion. 186.5 for Thomas. Now Warren Thompson, also a young kickboxing career, but he is a 2-sport athlete, also coming from the mixed martial arts side, appeared in the UFC Ultimate Fighter Season 11. He's 8-6 with 3 career knockouts. 186.5 as well for the Destroyer, Warren Thompson.
That flag right behind you, big boy. You're going to wake your delusional ass up tomorrow night.
All right, face the crowd, guys.
Minds are racing. It's hard to sleep, man. When I'm shaking, bad news surrounds me. It's always found me creeping up when things are good.
We'll stay in the middleweight division for the next bout. Shawn Choice and Dustin Jacoby, who will be making his return to the Glory Ring for the first time since October of 2016, coming off injury. We're excited to have him back. Shawn Choice from Denver, Colorado, by way of the Bay Area, 6-2 in his professional career. 4 of those 6 wins, though, coming by knockout. He fights with a base of Muay Thai. We need to get him up here onto the scales. Originally scheduled to be with us in San Diego on our San Diego card. Speaking of the UFC, he trains with the UFC welterweight Matt Brown there in Denver. 180 even for Choice. Now the Hanyak, Dustin Jacoby, 9-8 with 7 knockouts. An 80% knockout ratio. He is both a qualifying and contender tournament champion for Glory. 186.5 for Dustin, fighting out of Englewood, Colorado. And if you were with us the last time we paid a visit to Chicago, you're going to love our next bout as well, the return of Catalin Morosanu. He's going to be taking on Michał Turiński. We'll get to the scales first. Let's get Turiński to the scales first. Here from Wrocław, Poland, 21-10 with 6 knockouts. He enters the Glory Ring on a 3-fight winning streak, making his debut. 244 pounds for Turiński. Now Catalin Morosanu, or as some know him, the Carpathian Death, 44-10 with 26 knockouts. 221 for Morosanu. He won his debut here in Chicago at Glory 38, a 2012 Grand Prix finalist, and a WKN Intercontinental Champion. The heavyweights throwing down tomorrow night in the Super Fight Series. And then 5 rounds for the Women's Super Bantamweight Championship. Stepping in on late notice, we welcome Mariam Oost, who is here from Hamburg, Germany, taking on the reigning champion Tiffani Vance, who will be making her first defense of the belt. Let's get our challenger up to the scales first. Oost, as I mentioned, fighting out of Germany, originally coming from Turkey. She has a record now of 36 wins, 10 losses, 1 draw, and 12 of those career wins by knockout. But quite a resume, a 3-time world champion, a German national champion, and a 6-time European champion. 120 even for Oost. And then our time bomb, just waiting to go off tomorrow night. Tiffani Vance, fighting out of San Diego, California, undefeated in the Glory Ring. She won the belt with same-night victories over Jessica Gladstone and Amel Debbie at Glory Collision in Oberhausen. 121 for the champ.
All right, I'm here with the champion, Tiffani Vance, back in a Glory ring for the first time since December. How you feeling right now? Any ring rust expected at all?
No, none whatsoever.
You told us yesterday you're tired of winning by points. You're going for the knockout. What makes you so confident you can get that tomorrow night?
I've been training hard. I've been really focused, and everything's lined up, and it just feels right.
All right, she's been training and fighting in MMA. How's it feel to be back kickboxing again?
Feels great.
It's your home.
It's my home. It feels great.
All right, the champ is here, everybody. Watch her tomorrow night.
We'll then take a brief intermission in the Sears Center, reset the canvas, and get ready for Glory 44, a night of welterweights that kicks off, as most of our events do, with a 4-man contender tournament. They will fight twice in one night for a chance at the Ramon Deckers Trophy, which you see here to my right. The first semifinal, Harut Grigorian and Kareem Ben Mansoor, ranked number 4 and number 5 in the Glory World Rankings. Grigorian to the scales first, fighting out of Armenia by way of Belgium, 44-11 with 32 knockouts. Interesting statistic, his average fight duration is 5 minutes. Most of his fights end within the distance. He made his debut at Glory 29 in Copenhagen and comes in the winner of 2 of his last 3 fights, a world tournament champion back in 2014. $169.5 for Grigorian. His opponent fighting out of Nîmes, France, Kareem Ben Mansoor, 48-7-2 with 22 knockouts. He had a tournament win over Alan Scheinson at Glory 37 in Los Angeles, a 4-time WKN European champion. 170 even for L'Enfant. This, by the way, Ben Mansoor's 5th Glory start.
How could you be so cold as the winter wind when it breeze, yo? Just remember that you talking to me, though. You need to watch the way you talking to me.
We'll have them stay with us on the stage while we bring up the other half in the other semifinal. Zach Pannell taking on Antoine Pinto. Pannell coming in on short notice here out of Reno, Nevada. His record 5-2. And really is fulfilling a lifelong dream of competing at this level in kickboxing. 6-1 as an amateur. 168 even for Pannell. And Antoine Pinto fighting out of France by way of Bangkok, Thailand. 132 wins with 36 losses and 1 bout scored even, 77 career knockouts. He's a 4-time world champion in 4 different weight classes. 169.5 for Pinto. That's the second semifinal in our contender tournament. Let's get all four of our tournament combatants in here for one final stare-off. And again, the Ramon Deckers Trophy up for grabs tomorrow night. And a chance at a future shot at the welterweight championship of the world. Then it's the welterweights, and the one should be of interest to anyone that lives in Chicago. These are both local talents. Daniel Morales, coming off his first career professional kickboxing win, and Richard Abraham. Let's get Dan to the scales first. Morales fighting out of Mexico City by way of Chicago, and had his first professional kickboxing victory here in Chicago at Glory 38. His victory came over Pavel Jędrzejczyk, trained in boxing and Muay Thai, La Maquina. $169.5 for Morales. Richard Abraham here, and will be fighting in front of some hometown crowd, Itasca, Illinois. He's 11-5 with 4 career knockouts, and last appeared in Copenhagen at Glory 40. 170 even for Maximus. He won the Glory qualifying tournament at Glory 30 in Los Angeles. Chicago and the state of Illinois, well represented in this welterweight matchup.
All right, let's talk to both these guys from Chicago. We'll start first with you, Richard Abraham. You're fighting in front of your hometown crowd. It didn't go your way last time. What can we expect on Friday night?
Fireworks, just complete fireworks. Coming in, bringing action from start to finish.
Last time we saw you, you seemed a little more amped up, a little more angry. You're a lot more cool and calm this time. Why is that?
Man, I got 6 kids. You know, I got a beautiful family. Son's out. I'm blessed. I'm on the best stage, with the biggest company in the world. How could I not be happy?
Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Daniel. Obviously, you're from Chicago, too. A lot of friends and family in attendance. What does it mean for you to fight another guy from the Windy City?
You know, it means everything to me right now. I have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
You've got a new coaching staff. You used to be vegan, but they said if you want a knockout, you got to start eating meat. So you've been eating meat. Does that mean you're going to get a knockout?
I started eating meat, so that's definitely what we're looking for.
He's eating animals. We'll see what he does with Richard Abraham on Friday night, everybody.
Looking forward to that matchup. And then your main event of the evening, and boy, you talk about fireworks. How about 5 rounds for the welterweight championship of the world, a rematch of a fight that took place at Glory 28 in Paris last year. It's Murtil Grunhart taking on the reigning champion, Cedric Doombein. We'll get Grunhart up onto the scales first. The challenger out of the Netherlands comes in the #1 ranked contender at 66, 22-3 with 38 career knockouts and currently on a 3-fight winning streak. The Predator coming off a KO win over Grigorian in Paris. 168.5 for Grunhart. And the reigning and defending champion, Cedric Doombein. 67-4-1 on a career with 39 career knockouts. Made his second successful defense of the belt in a rematch over Nicky Holtzkin at Glory 42 Paris earlier this summer. 169 for Doombein out of Laval, Paris, France, on a 4-fight winning streak of his own.
I'm not arrogant. You know that, huh? You're scared. I see you're scared.
Big crowd, guys.
You're not gonna do nothing.
Let's hear first from the challenger, Myrtle Grunhard. You've had 2 shots at a world title. What's going to be different this time around?
It's for a belt now. I'm focused. I got to show it to the people. I got to show it to myself. That I'm the number one. I'm the champion. I'm gonna knock his ass down tomorrow, and I'm coming for that belt. I already told him.
He's been untouchable. Nicky Holskin barely laid his hands on him. Why are you so confident that you can knock the champ out?
Because he cannot handle my pressure.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, man.
All right, Cedric. Your thoughts on your opponent, Myrtle Grunhard?
Yeah, it's a very good fighter. I respect. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm happy to be there. Thank you, everybody, to come to see me because I know all the people come for me. And I will win the fight. Every time I win, it's too easy for me. Myrtle is nothing for me. I beat him once. You can look at me, bro. I beat him once, and I was young. I was a baby. I beat him when I was a baby. If you watch his fight, when he starts, he's the same fighter. I still learning. I still growing up. I got a power. He don't have nothing. I will knock him out. You want to knock him out? Try, man. You will see.
It happens tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Welterweight championship of the world, Myrtle Grunhard versus Cedric Doombein.
It does indeed happen tomorrow night at the Sears Center here in Chicago, top to bottom. One of the greatest cards Glory Kickboxing has ever presented. And the folks right here in the Windy City have the opportunity to come and see it for themselves live. We'll see you there tomorrow night. So Chicago, Illinois, are you ready for glory?
The world's #1 kickboxing promotion returns to the heart of America for Glory 44 Chicago. 2 world title fights as Cedric Doombein and Tiffani Vance defend their belts. Local hero Richard Abraham faces Aztec warrior Daniel Morales. Dustin Jacoby makes his much-anticipated return. And back once again, the pride of Romania, Catalin Morosanu. Glory 44 Chicago at the Sears Center Arena, Friday, August 25th. Don't miss it.